If there's one award for the most underrated organ in our body, it might just go to the gut microbiome. A specific part of the intestine known as the cecum is home to trillions of microbes that play an important role in our well-being. The gut microbiome, as it's called, is a collection of bacteria that grows and lives in the intestines of most multicellular organisms, including us. There's more and more research coming out every year that suggests that the gut has an influence on not just the body, but also the mind. Two research papers from 2022 point to an interesting relationship between the gut, the brain, and social skills. The studies were done using zebrafish, which have around 70% of its genes in common with humans. Scientists found something peculiar happening during a critical period of brain development in young zebrafish. The gut microbiome of these young fish influenced the shape and function of a brain system that was really important for social skills later on in their life. When zebrafish are around 2 weeks old, they start to socialize in groups called shoals. In one of the papers, scientists found that zebrafish who grew up without a gut microbiome were far less social than their peers who had a healthy colonized gut. Even the very structure of their brains showed a remarkable difference. Neurons are a functional unit of the brain and nervous system. In fish that spent their first week of life without a microbiome, there were two noticeable changes in the structure of neurons in the forebrain. A specific cluster of neurons that affected social behavior showed more interconnections. And second, this cluster also had much fewer microglia, which are immune cells that carry out routine cleanup of waste and dead cells in the brain. Scientists believe that the microbes in the gut somehow encourage these microglia to trim or prune the extra connections in the brain circuits that control social behavior. This pruning seems to be essential for normal social behavior to develop in zebrafish. So, effectively, in zebrafish without the gut microbiome, the pruning didn't happen and the fish showed social challenges. In the second research article, the same group of scientists described the kinds of neurons that were affected by the gut bacteria. And this shows that the connection might not just be in zebrafish. The researchers found that these social neurons are similar in zebrafish and mice. Scientists can now look for these neurons in other species as well, including humans. This discovery might even point to treatments for neurodevelopmental conditions like ADHD, schizophrenia, and speech and language disorders. In the past, studies have found that the gut microbiome has a measurable impact on the brain, influencing stress, anxiety, depressive symptoms, and social behavior. It also helps control digestion and benefits the immune system and many other aspects of good health. To understand what foods promote a healthy gut microbiome, do check out our video on the ultimate diet for gut health. It's truly amazing and a little scary to think that the bacteria living in our gut have so much power over us, from nutrition to stress to social skills even. Small is truly powerful. There's a lot more from the world of biodiversity coming your way on Biotic. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.